In this video, I will show you how to find out the number of occurrences of a particular element in the given list. So we have a built-in function called count function. With the help of that count function, we can count a particular item is occurred how many times. So for that, first I will show you open the IDLE tool and create a new Python file. Generate a list. My list name is L1. I am generating some elements like 30. 40, 90, 70, 50, 40, 30, 20, 10, again 50, 30, 20. Like this, randomly I assigned some values. In out of these items, a few items are repeated multiple times. If you observe, 10 is repeated multiple times, even 20 is repeated multiple times, 30 is repeated multiple times, even 40 is also repeated multiple. 70 is not repeated, 90 is not repeated, except 90 and 70, remaining all other items are repeated multiple times. Now we need to ask the user which element of occurrences needs to find. So that can be known as here n is equals to int of input of, we are asking the user enter the target item or target element. Okay, so input is a function that is used to read some values from the user, and whatever the description message we provided, that will be displayed to the user, so user can understand that he needs to enter a target element of from the list. And but whatever the user enters, that is treated as string only. So the input function return type is string. Then that string value we need to convert into integer. After converting into integer, then that result is holded in a variable called n. Now, so there is a variable I am maintaining with the name count. This count function holds the count of number of occurrences of the above input value n. How many times the variable n is occurred in list L1. So I applied this count function on which list? L1 list. So L1 dot count, or which item I am trying to check? N. N is initialized at runtime by the end user. So final outcome is holded in this count variable. So we are printing print the element is assigned in a variable called n. The element n is occurred how many times? Count number of times. This is very, very important. A few things we are enclosing in double quotes, a few things not enclosed in double quotes, and string values and non-string values are separated by comma. Always you should remember this one. If string ends, then separate with comma and provide the next variable. Similarly, if something you want as it is, that should be enclosed in double quotes. At the time of generating output, I want the element is occurred times, I want as it is, but I want to display the value that is assigned for and value that is written by the count. So this one save. So count items 1.py, count items 1.py, run this program. Before running, I need to check which element I am going to supply. So first time I will supply 20. So 20 is repeated how many times? 1 and 2 and 3. If I supply 2, it should generate 3. Now let's enter the target element 20. So the element 20 is occurred 3 times. Now I will check on some other number. Another number you can pick it 50. So for 50, if I took 50 is repeated 1 and 2. Only 2 times it is repeated. I will rerun the program again. This time I will pass 50. If I pass 50, then it generates the number or the element 50 occur 2 times. Similarly, if you can check on any number. This will work on any number. Suppose if I pass 90, 90 is only repeated 1 time. It is only repeated only 1 time. It won't run multiple, it won't repeat multiple times. So if I pass 90, just I'm closing the previous output and rerun the program again. If I pass 90, it displays only 1 time, because 90 is not repeated element. It is a unique element. Only 1 time it is occurred in our original list. So in this way we can count the number of occurrences of a list. Now here we took the help of the built-in function count. Without using the count function, if we want to solve the same program without using count function, I will show you. So in the next program also we need the two lines, so I need to copy these two lines. See, list is ready, input element is also ready. My aim is I want to count without using count function. So how can I do it? For n in, what is my list name? L1. If my n is equals to, so I need to search for an element. N is equals to, if L1 is, if n x, okay. If suppose here some random value we can give search item, or I can give some x. If x in L1, if my x is my searching element, if my x, whatever the x is nothing but initially it is the first item in L1. In next iteration it is second item in L1. Next iteration third item, fourth item. Initially x is 10. Next iteration 20. Next iteration x becomes 30. Next iteration x value is 40. In next iteration 90. We are cross checking the reading element in list L1 is matched with n or not. What is the n? The previous one. If n is equals to or x is equals to 1, anything you can give, no problem. Whatever the reading latest value that is read out from the list, is it equal to the target searching element or not, we are checking. If it is targeting searching element, then you want to increment the count. So actually here we need to assign some value for this count. So count outside this function we need to assign with 0 initially. The count value is 0. After come out of this condition and after come out of the loop, whatever the final value that is holded by the count, so that is result. So we already printed the result, the previous program. Yes, this one. This I am copying the same statement. Instead of typing, just here I am going to type. The element n is occurred. N is our target searching element. Yes, result is stored in count. So no need to change the variable names. The same variable names we can use it here. So before run this program, we need to save it. Count list 2.py. This one. Here, run this one. So before running, first we need to check on which element we are going to apply. Suppose if I apply on 40, what will happen? 40 one time, second time, only 2 times it occurred. So if I given 40, I should get 2 times. So for the element 40 is occurred 2 times. Similarly, this time I will pass one more element. Suppose 20. 20 is repeated how many times? 1, 2 and 3. 20 is occurred 3 times. So 20 is occurred 3 times. So we can solve the number of occurrences in a given list in 2 ways. One is using built-in function. The other one is using a loop and if condition. For loop and if condition combination also we can find out the number of occurrences of a particular element in the given list.